Good morning, cyber friends. It's Mitty Man coming back at you again from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. We want to apologize for not doing a nightcap edition on last evening, but nevertheless, people, you remember I told you I do these videos according to as I'm led to do them. If I don't feel that the timing is right and I don't get the unction, I don't do them. But nevertheless, we give God the glory for life, health, and strength this morning. We see another day that we have never seen before. And God taught us again with the finger of love, not because we deserved it, but because of His goodness and His grace that He allowed us to rise one more time and to see another day. Want to give a shout out to the YouTube family for Baby Justice, all the way to Big Papa JT, well, it's Mama JT. Y'all know the routine. We love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Also to the End Time Harvest Gang, Brother L.A., Kingdom Knowledge, Elder Michael McCray, Lake Sister 777, Sister Kate, Brother P.P. Drawn, Brother Hardencliff, Papa JT, Brother JT, Little Brother Orange Flavor, everyone that makes up the whole gang, Linda and Leonard. We give y'all honor this morning. I want to say something that I'm going to cut through the chase. Like I said, we're talking about end time, people, because we are very, very much in the latter days. You can see it everywhere. A lot of ignorance, a lot of stupidity going on because Satan got people mind in a mindset that whereas that he wants to steal your joy. And a lot of times, in other words, we had a song, I think Shirley Caesar came out with that song years ago, said, "This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me." In other words, she said the world didn't give it and the world can't take it away. But you see, people, that is Satan's job, is to steal your joy. And if he can put a whole lot of ignorance and stupidity in your mind, see, the battlefield is in the mind. Joyce Meyer had a book she came out with a few years back called The Battlefield of the Mind. You see, this is how come it tells us in Romans 12:2 that we first must renew our mind. In other words, this Christian journey, this walk with God, is not possible without a renewing of the mind. You must renew your mind, because if you don't, your mind, this is where the battle take place. In other words, wherever the soul, which is the mind, whatever the soul lean toward, that's what you're going to end up doing. If it lean more toward the flesh, and you put more foolishness in your mind than you do spirituality as far as the Word of God, that's the only thing that renews the mind, is the Word of God. Then you're going to be susceptible to all the ignorant devices of the enemy. The devil going to keep you his job. I mean, you can't get mad at the devil. I mean, to a degree. And I mean this in another way. Follow me when I say he's doing what he's supposed to do. Devil's job is seek, kill, steal, and destroy. His job. That's what his job is. He goes about like a roaring lion, seeing, in other words, trying to find somebody that he can put his mess in to consume. And he steals, kills, and destroys. So now, if you want to be a devil's advocate and you want to be on the devil's side, all you got to do is just join in his forces and start doing his thing. And then, therefore, you are, like Jesus said, you are of your father, the devil, because he was a liar from the very beginning and a murderer. So we see now that the thing that we must do, we see two type of individuals. And if you look at Jesus' ministry in his lifetime, when he was on the earth, as a man and God, he often had a problem. He didn't have a problem with sinners. He had a problem with hypocrites. I just want to throw that out there. If you just pay attention to Jesus' life, read the Gospels. If you pay attention to Jesus' life and the one that he had conversations with and dealt with day to day, you would see that he didn't have too many problems with people that were genuine sinners, but he had a problem with hypocrites. In other words, if you look at how he talked to the Pharisees, some of them, and he made mockery of them openly, because he knew their hearts. And but how he dealt with pure sinners. In other words, the people that didn't know that they were sinners and they wasn't trying to hide it. You see a lot of people, a lot of times, they try to hide things, but there's nothing done in darkness not going to be uncovered in the light. Jesus done told us that. So, man, I tend not to worry about what people are saying or what they doing in darkness or behind closed doors thinking they're doing something behind my back, because, see, I know there's nothing that's done in darkness not going to be revealed. So, you can rest your mind easy when you start thinking about stuff like that. That's why most folk that got that mentality that everybody's against them. But like I said, everybody's not against you. Matter of fact, everybody don't even know you exist. Everybody's not out to get you. Some people, like I said, not even worried about Midiman. A lot of people don't even know Midiman exists. How can they be everybody? How can I sit up here and think that much of myself to think that everybody got their mind on me? Nah. See, that's all in your mind. See, in other words, we thinking too much of ourselves when we think that everybody got their mind on you, or everybody got their mind on me, but like they don't have nothing else to do in their day, but they sit around and think about ways to mess up Midiman. Nah, you think that's stupid thinking. And so therefore I say that, in these last days we must be about Christ's business and get our mind set and get our mind renewed from all this junk. And then we can, therefore, you can't witness for Christ if y'all upset and worrying about who said this and who said that and worrying about why that one did this here. Well, you know what? That's all you're gonna ever do. Your day gonna be consumed with ignorance, and you're never gonna have no rest because of the fact that kind of, when you deal in negativeness, all that negative conversation, negative. Most of the time, if we did think about our whole day is consumed in stuff negative, nothing real positive. But we must renew our mind with the word of God, and washing our mind with the word of God. In other words, once we renew our mind and start walking day by day with Christ, trying to follow His precepts, concept by concept, only then will we see ourselves walking upright and better and better. And it's a process, people. It don't happen overnight. But it's a process. But now it said that we're going to get through with that. I'm done with that. My great grandmama taught me, she was the one raised me. She said, do not entertain ignorance. In other words, the best thing to do if someone confronts you with a whole bunch of old gossip talk and talking about this, about who said that, and they best not to even entertain it. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other one. In other words, lay hands on no one too suddenly. And then remember, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You weren't wanting the one sitting around talking about you all day, so you shouldn't sit around talking about nobody else all day and accusing folks of this and that and the other. That's what you remind yourself. In other words, remind your own self of how you feel when that happened to you. And then maybe you will understand how somebody else feels. But see, that just did it. A lot of times the devil will blind you to truth like that also. You can do it to others, but you can't see it when it's done to you. Well, we're going to worry about that in these last days. Satan turning up the heat. People, Satan knows his time is coming to an end. Midiman just going to be honest with you and going to try to plead with you and just let you know. Satan knows that his time is coming to a close. And he's trying to get me, you, everybody, the ones that own the wagon, the ones not on the wagon, he's trying to get everybody to go to that lake of fire. Because he knows that, like Brother L.A. said in one of his videos I watched yesterday, Satan knows that if he can get Midiman in hell, that would hurt God to his heart. And that's the only way he can hurt God, is when Satan can get God's prime creation and get them to go disobey and rebel against him. And Satan knows that hurt God. And that's what Brother L.A. in his video was speaking of yesterday, one of the ones I saw. And it is so true and on point. So with that being said, people, when we know these things, Jesus said when we know things, happy are we when we do them. How can you let and allow these things to happen to yourself if you know them and you already know what time it is? We know Satan comes immediately to try to steal the word after it has been planted. So in other words, as soon as you hear a good word from the Lord, Satan going to come immediately. I mean, almost instantly, he will come and show up at that very moment to try to steal that word that was planted, to keep it from bearing fruit in your life. And if we know these things, why do we allow it to happen? That's just a question Mitty Man gonna leave with everybody. With that said, it's whatever you get or whatever you get into, if God is not in it, the best you get out of it is Mitty Man saying peace, goodbye.